What's the weather like tonight in St. Louis, you ask? Well, it isn't a washout like some people predicted yesterday. It is 46 degrees, although you would have a tough time convincing people it is 46 degrees. It feels like it's about 3. The wind chill makes it feel like 38 degrees, and you can see the wind is at 23 miles per hour out of the northwest. And here is the lineup for the Tigers, and it's brought to you by Bank of America. Same look as last night for Jim Leyland. Granderson leads it off, and Monroe batting second. Carlos Guillen hits third. Ordonez cleans up. Sean Casey had a big night last night. He's in the number 5 spot again. Ivan Rodriguez does the catching. He had 3 hits. Polanco still hitless. Brandon Inge is batting 8th. And Justin Verlander is pitching and batting 9th. And here is the former Tiger, former first-round pick for Detroit back in 1998. Jeff Weaver making the start here in Game 5. State Farm covers the field, and here's a look at the Cardinals defensively. Weaver. So Taguchi gets the start in left, Edmonds in center, Chris Duncan in right. With Roland, Eckstein, Belliard, and Pujols around the infield, Yadier Molina does the catching. Rip. Only 2 for his last 23. Covering 6 games and 1 for 18 in this World Series. Learn more about this Cardinal right-hander, the 30-year-old 6'5", 200-pounder Jeff Weaver.
That first point we've talked about in all of his postseason starts. When the arm is up, that's the arm angle he wants. Improvement under Dave Duncan, and he's working on the normal 4-inch rest.
Gave Kenny Rogers all he would need as Rogers and Todd Jones combined for the victory. Rogers did the tough part with his 8 shutout innings. There's Weaver and Verlander tonight. It's Monroe up with Guillen on deck. No doubt that Monroe did not offer it that pitch. Now 2 out. Him out for the first time as he makes this Game 5 start. Now deals with Carlos Guillen. Room for his younger brother Jared to come up and pitch. The Angels cut him loose. Now he's in St. Louis. Now he's through 1/2 inning. There is no score in Game 5 with the Cardinals up 3 games to 1. David Eckstein, the star last night, leads it off. Then Chris Duncan back-to-back starts. He's in right. Pujols hitting third. Edmonds cleans up. Roland batting 5th. Belliard back in the lineup. Yadier Molina. So Taguchi gets the start in left. And the pitcher, Jeff Weaver, as Justin Verlander, the 23-year-old rookie right-hander, makes the start here in Game 5, trying to get the series back to Detroit.
Into positive energy for the Tigers.
Eckstein hits it in the air to left field, and easy for Monroe. 1 away. Take a look at the defense. State Farm covers the field. The Tigers defensively have Monroe in left. In center, it's Granderson. In right, it's Maglio Ordonez. Around the infield, Inge, Guillen, Polanco, and Casey. And the 4 errors by the pitching staff in the World Series is the most series history. Just so you know, in his ball 1. The likely American League Rookie of the Year, Verlander deals, and it's 2-0. A 1-out walk, pretty good pitch. Verlander does not get the call. 1 on, 1 out.
To put it, but what the Tigers will attempt to do is to have 3 one-game winning streaks. For the Cardinals, they want to get it done in front of this very, very faithful following here in San Diego.
MVP, 1 of the 2 hits, a home run to right of Verlander back in Detroit. And that skips in there. Duncan down to second with 1 out. Verlander made a pitch too good with first base open in Game 1, and Pujols took it the other way. A 2-run shot. The winner. 3-2 count now on Pujols with Edmonds next. Another one that skips in there, and Pujols will take a walk, and so will Rodriguez. Out to talk to Verlander. Stein, but he's walked the next two and thrown a wild pitch in there.
I tell you, Joe, with that shot, you could just feel the apprehension in it.
Edmonds comes back with a full count. Edmonds pops it into left field. Easy for Monroe. Wind playing with it. That's out number 2.
And Jim Edmonds going after ball 4. That ball right around the shoulders.
That's Rolen. Rolen also homered off Verlander back in Detroit in game 1. That gets away, and the runners advance to second and third. 2 wild pitches here in the inning. Bases loaded, 3 walks and 2 wild pitches here in the inning. Belliard's coming up.
I think you got to take a strike. I think you play on the anxiety of a 23-year-old right-hander in only his second professional season.
Ground ball up the middle. Guillen throws on the run and out to end the inning. That saved 2 runs as both Duncan and Pujols were coming home. What a play by Guillen to keep it scoreless after 1 in game 5. Short, good play by Guillen. And a great play by Casey on the other end.
I couldn't help but be taken by not only Sean Casey pumping his fist.
Inside part, 1 ball, 1 strike. There are the numbers for Maglio in this World Series. So far, he is just 2 out of 15.
They're horrible for the World Series after clinching the ALCS.
And he strikes out to start the second. 3rd strikeout for Weaver.
You don't see that low fastball swung through that often by major league hitters.
RBI hit in his neck, singled in the 5th. It's 3 out of 4 with 2 RBI.
Not on a consistent basis.
On the inside corner, 2 out. 4 strikeouts for Weaver.
This a tailing fastball that comes back over the inside corner to get Casey.
And that's what Weaver has to do to be successful. Move the ball in and out and keep those left-handed hitters.
Success against the New York Mets and their 6 left-handers that they threw at him.
He has a chance to calm down in the dugout, or the clubhouse, or wherever he chooses. Ground ball to Eckstein. And Weaver is perfect through 2. Bottom of the second here in St. Louis. Bottom of the order coming up. No score in game 5. A great experience on DVD. So this crowd wanting to see a clinching victory tonight. Wild in the bottom of the 1st inning like Verlander, but they have been quiet since Justin got out of it. Now Molina's on with a leadoff hit. Catcher Yadier Molina. So Taguchi will be the hitter, and we check in with Chris Myers.
Hey Joe, Justin Verlander said he gets nervous before every start. It's a part of his makeup. He got through most of his anxiousness in the Yankees series, but he was relaxed in the Tiger clubhouse before the game playing his teammate in a video baseball game on PSP. Said he didn't want to talk about the real game, but he'd talk about his video game. I said, how'd you do? He said, not good. He gave up a home run in the 8th and lost. Let's hope the real game is different.
1 for 8 in the World Series bunts. Inge with a bare hand pickup for the out. What a good play by Brandon Inge, who took a hit away from So Taguchi. Now it's Weaver. So Taguchi bunts. It goes down as a sacrifice. Weaver grounds weakly to Guillen. 2 out. And Eckstein will be the hitter. Leaves it up to Weaver, who had 3 hits and 27 at-bats during the regular season. He taps out. Now Eckstein, as he did last night, tries to give the Cardinals something with 2 out. Eckstein shatters his bat. That's a fair ball. Inge throws wildly to first. Cardinals take the lead, and Eckstein down to second. He has delivered again. Duncan was walked his first time up.
Better chance of getting Molina, but watch Molina look back, not running hard, but had he come home, the chances, it's a shorter throw, but you have to have lightning fast instincts to think.
Duncan strikes out looking over the inside corner, and Verlander gets his first strikeout of the night. But the Cardinals get the first run of the night. Third inning now, game 5, 1-0 St. Louis. Won through the first 2 rounds of this postseason. And the MVP of the ALCS. One hop to third, picked up by Rowland. Here is Brandon Inge.
Starts this year.
Ripped into left field. Back is Taguchi and cannot get there. Brandon Inge digs for second, and the throw will be late. Inge with another double.
One thing that you notice about Brandon Inge, he has sneaky power. When he gets balls in the outfield on the line, they have carry power. And this one carrying over Taguchi's head for yet another double by Inge.
And he's 0 for 1 in his career swinging the bat. Grounds it back to Weaver, and his throw as they've trapped Inge between second and third, rolling with a tag and a fielder's choice 1-5.
Verlander, but another mistake by the Tigers, this time on the bases. As Brandon Inge going too far, and a good play by Rowland, running him back towards second base. And that wipes out the runner in scoring position for Detroit.
The ball was headed back up the middle. Weaver was in good fielding position after letting the pitch go, made the play easily. Lack of hitting. Granderson lines one into center, and you see what that base running play by Inge did. Took a run off the board possibly for Detroit. As Granderson gets the base hit, it's 2 on with 2 out. 2 out to do damage for Detroit. Lead runner is Verlander, the pitcher. The trail runner is Granderson with great speed, trapped on the bases. To third, Rowland smothers it and throws it. The Tigers get 2 hits, lose Inge on the bases, and it hurts Detroit. Bottom of the third inning, game 5. Part of the order for the Cardinals up by 1. Edmonds and Rowland will follow. And that spins Pujols out of the batter's box. Cold night. Had a little reaction after it. Now he rips one into left field for a base hit. A leadoff hit for the Cardinals, their 3rd hit of the night.
Rodriguez setting outside, the pitch was inside. Gives you an idea of major league pitchers. They do not hit the spot every time. That pitch missed by about 6 inches.
Back in a long 35-pitch first inning for Verlander. It struggled the most. Pujols running, and they have Albert caught in a rundown as Edmonds struck out. And now Pujols is tagged out, caught stealing in a double play. 2 out, nobody on. Rowland pops it up. Second base position. Polanco is under it. And game number 5 goes into inning number 4. Detroit will bat. Big bats coming up for the Tigers, down 1-0. That means Guillen Ordonez and Sean Casey 1-0 St. Louis on the RBI hit with 2 out up. That's to first and comes back for Pujols, who limps to the bag. 1 out. Played just over 4, but in no start did he go past 6 innings. He gets under this one into shallow right center. Edmonds, Duncan, and it's Duncan who drops it. Jim Edmonds did not take charge, and Chris Duncan playing in right postseason.
Tell you, you can see Edmonds right there, and Duncan ultimately tried to one-hand it. I'm not too sure that Jim Edmonds wasn't the guy who got in the way there. That ball's in the right field. If you're the right fielder, you got to make that play.
Cardinals have taken advantage of Tiger mistakes in this series, and now an error on a routine fly ball to right. Our hottest hitter, Sean Casey, who hits it down the right field line into the corner. At the wall, this ball is gone for a two-run home run, and Detroit takes a 2-1 fourth inning lead. An error and a home run on the very next pitch, and the Tigers jump on top.
Let's go. Looked like a cut fastball. And boy, Casey zeroed in on that one to put the Tigers in front. Man.
Now Rodriguez flies one to right, and Duncan makes the play. 2 out. Outfield, he makes his second error of this postseason, and Polanco hits a one-hopper to Belliard. Polanco is now 0 for 16, but the Tigers take the lead. An error, a two-run home run. 2-1 Detroit after 3.5. Belliard grounded out with the bases loaded in the first, and he hits it here into left right at Monroe. 1 pitch, 1 out. Tony La Russa chatted with us during the last break. The top of this fourth inning, an error, and the Tigers took advantage of it. Sean Casey has been red hot. Let's talk about Duncan out in right. What did you see from the dugout? It looked like Edmonds was in a position and then ducked behind Chris right as the ball was coming down.
Yeah, it looked like Jim got, maybe over aggressive, and it was a routine play for Chris. But I think Jim just got aggressive outfielder and distracted him a little bit. We like being aggressive, so that's part of the game.
Let's talk about Verlander. You saw him walk 3 in the first inning, throw a couple of wild pitches. He settled down a little bit. What do you see from the dugout tonight for the young right-hander?
Well, there's nothing wrong with his stuff. His location's been a little off, and he missed a couple of chances, but he's a handful to go against. We'll just have to wait and see.
All right, Tony, thanks for your time.
Footsteps too, and perhaps that's what happened with Chris Duncan.
Molina has a 2-hit night, and he's on with 1 out here in the fourth inning. He had 17 all regular season for the Cardinals. He's on with 1 out here, and so Taguchi. 1 on, 1 out. Taguchi up the middle. That's a base hit. Molina will stop at second, and there are 2 aboard here in the fourth inning. Somebody from the dugout to get the spikes, or the dirt out of the spikes of Verlander on this wet track. And Jamie Walker and Jason Grilli, the left-hander and right-hander, get loose. And that out there, Clemens likes to use that stuff. Weaver, trying to bunt, pops it up and backing out of play. The point is about them coming out to lead runner. The bunt to Verlander, the play to third, and the throw. Another error by a Detroit pitcher. This game is tied, and it's second and third with only 1 out.
This is such an easy play, maybe a double play. If he gives Inge a good throw, the ball into the baseline, Molina scores easily. It's a tie game, and runners into scoring position.
Second and third, Eckstein coming up.
I think they're going to walk Eckstein and bring the left-hander in to pitch to Duncan. Go to the 4 fingers.
And that time called as Eckstein gets out of there to the list. Eckstein hits it to short. A run scores, throw to first out. Cardinals lead 3-2.
Taguchi didn't run right away. Jeff Weaver ran, but Taguchi didn't. It's so hard, a liner, and Ian goes right to first base. But watch the delay on Taguchi. Tough play by Ian, and I guess that's why he went to first base. But
Duncan made the error. The Tigers took advantage. Now the throwing error by Verlander leads to 1 and then another.
Right field if you're La Russa.
Duncan pops it up on the infield for Guillen. The Cardinals get a couple thanks in large part to a throwing error by a Tiger pitcher. Up and in, ball one to Brandon Inge, who doubled his first time up. The rest of this series, working early and often on pitchers field their position. Inge strikes out, strikeout number 5 for Weaver, and Verlander will be the hitter. Box in it. 2 out. 6 strikeouts for Weaver. Granderson singled his last time up.
And the Tigers have not executed.
8 unearned runs allowed by Detroit. 3-2 now. A 2-out walk. See if that starts something for the Tigers. It continues the top of the 5th. And it brings in their big... Off the end of the bat, behind third base. Eckstein puts it away. Who's coming up for St. Louis? Pujols will lead it off. Then Edmonds and Rowland. Bottom of the 5th inning of game number 5. St. Louis up 3-2. Is one of the nastiest pitches in the league that he possesses, but Cleveland was upset with the way Pujols reacted. Breaking ball strikes him out. There is a curveball for strike 3, and Verlander drops one in. Hard hit. What a play by Polanco on a short hop and a backhand. 2 down. Let's go to Jim Leyland's interview. Well, Jim Leyland, I guess we have to talk about the obvious, and that's another throwing error by your pitchers. I'm sure you've never seen anything like this, and these are great athletes for you that are making bad throws over at third base.
Yeah, well, I think we just broke our own record. I think we said it yesterday. We broke it today. So I don't know if you can take PFP on the plane, but we might have to do something.
That's pitcher field their position. It's something Tony was talking about before the game, and he said it's something that, with a lot of work you can get better at, and not to make light of a serious situation. But for Verlander, he bent a little bit in that first inning, but he settled down and he has done his job on the mound. That throwing error was just a big mistake in this game so far.
Yeah, well, it was a physical error. And the funny part about it, Joe, is the one thing we did work on the days off when we worked out was the bunt plays. So we've gone over and we had PFP during that time, during our little week off there that we had. We
will continue the back end of the interview. 3-2 after 5 in game 5. It's elimination here tonight. Trying to get the World Series back to Detroit. Bionia is back in the 4th. Belliard stays down on it. 1 out. We'll finish our interview with Jim Leyland. I asked him to gauge the mood in his dugout with his team trailing here in game 5.
No, I think we're good. I think we're okay. I think we have a lot of confidence, and I think it's obviously at the moment it happened, it's disappointing, but the guys are into it and they know what we have to do. We're gonna have to score some more anyway.
You're good to talk to us. We appreciate it very much. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. That's Jim Leyland, the manager of the Tigers. Now Maglio Ordonez with 1 out, nobody on, and that's off the end of the bat, caught by Weaver. 2 out.
How about that play? You don't know whether Weaver caught the ball or the ball caught Weaver. Off the end of the bat, twisting and turning into the glove of Weaver.
You've got Tiger pitchers making throwing errors that have been crippling to Detroit's chances. We hit a 2-run home run in the 4th inning to put Detroit out in front 2-1 for a short while. Last night has not gone more than 6 in his last 9 starts. He has 2 out here in the 6th. Casey hits it in the air to right. There's Duncan backpedaling, and he cannot make the play. Casey will end up at second base, and there's the tying run as Chris Duncan makes another error in right.
After the 4th inning, we talked about it. Duncan is not a good fielder. It botches up this ball hit by Sean Casey. That should not happen. He shouldn't be.
Here's his chance. 0 for 2 tonight. 1 RBI in this World Series. Inning over. There's nobody more relieved in the park than Chris Duncan. As he heads off the field, Cardinals lead at 3-2. For the Cardinals because of his latest in the bottom of the fourth, and then breaking ball strikes him out over the inside corner. Mark Mulder, wearing a microphone, had this observation for the Cardinals in their dugout.
I was upstairs. Bennett said, if you look at, we were talking about all the errors from the pitchers, not a single one of them has like moved their feet when they throw. They've all just picked it up. You know, when Rodney did it, and the other one was a pickoff with Zumaya, and then that one. You know what I mean? Needs a lot of PFP, buddy.
Little flare off the end of the bat by Molina. It's his third hit of the night. And he's on for one out here in the sixth. And that's, as we look back at these plays, Zumaya, game 3, no movement by Joel Zumaya. Same for Rodney.
Flat-footed.
And the same tonight by Verlander.
Flat-footed.
It's something we talked about with Jim Leland from the dugout. He said that's what we worked on during the layoff between the ALCS and the start of the World Series
Next February. The thing, a lot of pitchers are used to throwing ball.
Taguchi grounds one to the shortstop, and the only play at first out there is Guillen gets Taguchi. Down to second is Molina with Weaver coming up. Best outing as a Cardinal in the most important time, and Weaver was with the Tigers from '99 through '02, then to New York, then to the Dodgers, then to the Angels, found his way to St. Louis, started out slowly here. The 0-2 from Verlander. Now ball to Polanco. Game number 5 goes into the 7th inning. The Tigers will have the bottom 3 in their lineup as they trail by 1. Back after this from your local Fox station. 0 for 2. 0 for 16 in the World Series. And he takes a strike from Weaver. For Detroit in their bullpen. He grounds one to the right side. Pujols with a stop. Weaver on the other end for the out. What a defensive play. 1 out in the 7th.
Not only the catch, throwing from his back, and the play by Weaver. My gosh. Just to get Polanco. What a play. That was sensational.
Breaking ball out in front of the plate. Molina hops on it. 2 out. Our HP player personality is Jeff Weaver. Why not learn more about this guy as he's twirling it here in Game 5? Favorite song, The Unforgiven by Metallica. Grew up idolizing Doc Gooden. Bowled a 300 on his 16th birthday. And we played him music because his favorite TV show, I'm assuming when he was a kid, was Silver Spoons, which starred the young Ricky Schroeder again. And that is very revealing for Jeff Weaver. Here is Alexis Gomez pinch hitting now for Verlander, who went out in front of it. Weaver fooled him, and Taguchi now in right puts it away. Weaver threw 7. New pitcher is Fernando Rodney. And there are the numbers this postseason. He committed the throwing error last night on the bunt by Taguchi. To the left side from the hole. Guillen double clutches. Safe.
Pops out of the glove, and that cost Guillen. We'll see how it's scored. A base hit for Eckstein.
So it isn't. Realize that David Eckstein was 0 for 11 in this World Series until his final 3 plate appearances of Game 3. A 3-0. He'll take ball 4. 2 on with nobody out. And now the City Royals. Cardinals have lost their last 3 tries in the World Series. 0-4 to Boston, 87 to the Twins, 85 to Kansas City. Haven't won since 82. Pujols pops it behind the second base position. Polanco is there. Infield fly rule is called. 1 out. And Pujols has been held in check. Edmonds 0 for 3 tonight. Reaching for it on a changeup. Another good pitch from Rodney. Shallow right for Ordonez. 2 out.
That's the thing about Rodney's changeup. It gets strong.
Into right field. Ordonez will play it on a bounce. Here comes Eckstein. Cardinals lead by 2.
Fought off, inside out swing. Ordonez in right field has to play Rolen deeply, respecting his power. Ordonez throw home is late.
What a time for Rolen to pick for his first hit in 12 at-bats with runners in scoring position this postseason. And now a 10-game hitting streak for the Cardinal third baseman. Runner stayed put. Belliard is jammed. Rodriguez to make the play, and the inning is over. Top of the order coming up for the Tigers. A look at our Travelers in-sync box score, and that's what the Tigers have done for this World Series as they face elimination. Granderson will dig his way in, just 2 for 20 with 7 to the 66 Dodgers, who hit 091 for the Cardinals in their bullpen.
I agree.
Granderson pops it out behind second. Edmonds is there, 1 out. 7 1/3 from Jeff Weaver. Detroit needs a base runner here in the 8th inning to bring up Ordonez. They trail by 2. Switches, Zumaya takes over, and Molina hits it in the air to left center field. Granderson back with room, 1 out. Molina made a bid for his 4th hit of the night. 8. And the Cardinals hoping that it ends tonight. Jeff Weaver did all he could. He will give way to Wainwright. He wants 1 more from big brother Jeff. 1 walk, 9 strikeouts as Zumaya is on Taguchi. 2 out.
Seemed like every error was damaging to the Tigers' cause.
Over the Mets. Biggio goes after the first pitch, pops it up. Casey is there, now drifting, and he makes the play to end the 8th. Adam Wainwright, the 25-year-old rookie closer, in to try and end the World Series.
I couldn't agree with that more.
Second baseman Belliard trying to recover. 1 away.
Believe of Wainwright slowed it. Belliard charging to get Ordonez.
What a into right field, well hit. Taguchi on the run, will not get there. It's off the wall. Sean Casey red hot, and he digs for second. He's content with a one-out double, and the Tigers have a chance thanks to their hottest hitter, Sean Casey, with a one-out double here in the ninth.
2 doubles, a home run, a 2-run shot to account for the only Tiger runs. What an at-bat by Casey, who is not a fast runner.
Casey will be lifted for a pinch runner. 3 hits last night, 3 hits tonight. And Ramon Santiago takes over as the runner out at second base.
Presented the tying run, I could understand that move. But if the Tigers tie this game and Casey's spot comes up again.
Series back to Detroit. Jet swing. Wainwright knocks it down. Makes the play at first. 2 out.
One thing Wainwright did after jamming Rodriguez, ball off his glove, he took his time to get Rodriguez.
Hit 4 home runs during the regular season. He's not gone deep in the postseason. He will take anything, a bleeder, a flare. Squirts away, Santiago over to third. And the count's now 3-2 on Polanco. Should be a outside, ball 4, and it's 2 on, 2 out, and Inge coming up. And now Dave Duncan will go out and talk to his rookie closer as the Tigers have the tying runs on. And a guy at the plate who last night against Wainwright doubled into deep right center field for an RBI.
By pinch running Ramon Santiago for the next to last run, you don't have him to pinch run for Placido Polanco right now, who represents the tying run.
Day for Brandon Inge, who's been all over the place and right in the middle of all the action for Detroit. He's had a great season. His power and production has increased year by year. And now he stands at the plate and with one swing could turn this.
Once for the Tigers.
Inge at the plate for the Tigers. Strike 2. For the first time since 1982, St. Louis has a World Series winner. In the middle of the celebration, let's go down to Chris Myers with Jim Edmonds.
Joe, a house of cards, confetti flying. Congratulations, you're a World Series champion.
Thank you.
The way the season ended, could you believe that you'd be standing here celebrating?
No, I don't think anybody did either. I think we shocked the world. I think this is an unbelievable experience.
How did you shock the world?
We just played together as a team. We had a bunch of guys, young guys from the minor leagues, a couple guys from other organizations, a couple core guys, and everybody just played together at the right time.
Tony La Russa, probably his most challenging job with
Most
this.
challenging by far. With these idiots we got, I won't use that term because Boston used that term, but we got a bunch of wild men on our team.
Now, you started this game ball tradition in the first round of the playoffs where you guys would run in after a game and huddle and give a ball
I
to
just figured someone needed to step up and kind of bring the team together. I was just trying to rally everybody together and do something new. I mean, we took it from football. It was nothing new, but we just tried it in our clubhouse, and it worked, and it kept everybody going.
It worked. All right, enjoy, all right? Thanks. Jimmy Edmonds. Joe?
Here's the final out. And it's Wainwright who gets mobbed in the middle of the diamond.
Jason Isringhausen, the closer for the first 4 months of the season, asked Adam Wainwright, have you ever been swarmed? Well, he swarmed tonight in a big, big way.
With fireworks cracking overhead, let's go back to Chris Myers with Tony La Russa.
All right, Tony, second manager in history to win a World Series in each league. This one has to be special.
Well, I mean, I feel so great for our team, the organization. We went through so much. Guys never had a ring. They wanted it so bad, and they carried us.
Emotionally, for you, difficult?
I'm doing a good job of holding it together because I'm just bursting. I'm so happy for guys here. We have a lot of guys without a ring, and this is an experience I'll never forget. Greatest.
What was the difference, Tony? You talk about stumbling at the end of the regular season and then somehow getting it rolling here.
I mean, total team. I don't think anybody in uniform didn't do something in a postseason. We just everybody there. The defense, the pitching was great, timely hitting. And at the bench was a lot. Best bench I remember in a long time. They were just on fire, refused to let us get to lose.
No disrespect, but in the past you probably had more talented teams, but maybe none that played as well together.
Well, you know, the team that wears the world championship, the team that played the best, and this year we played the best.
All right, in St. Louis, you'll enjoy the celebration?
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy it.
All right, thanks a lot, Tony. Joe?
All right, thank you, Chris, and congratulations to Tony La Russa and these Cardinals. In the words of Jim Edmonds, they shocked the world. They certainly shocked the baseball world as they won 83 games during the regular season. The lowest win total by a world champion. But they don't care about the regular season right now. They care about what they did to the Padres, the Mets, and now the Tigers. And what a performance tonight